Well, I wouldn't say it was a ghost story exactly, felt more of a demon story. It's long, but I'll try to keep it short. In my life, I've only ever been in two situations I couldn't explain. That feeling when you feel the presence of pure evil and fear creeps up your spine. So it started at night. I was just turning off my lights and TV as I was going to bed. I just laid down, turning a few times from side to side until I just had this feeling that something was incredibly wrong. I opened my eyes, looking around my room. My eyes glanced over the corner of my room and I saw it. A dark shadow hanging in the corner, just hanging. The fear I felt was like nothing I've ever experienced. It was just there, staring down at me. I could feel my heart pounding hard. I turned my head to the side, trying not to think about it. Then I heard what sounded like fumbling on the wall. I started praying the Our Father and Hail Mary. Then I felt something jump on my body, as if I was being pushed in the bed. I kept telling myself, don't think about it, just keep praying, don't stop, don't stop. I tried to move my arms and body, but I couldn't. I just felt the pressure keep pushing me down. All I could do was pray. I woke up the next morning, and all I could say, what the fuck was that? Personally, I'm a skeptical person, but even now as I write this, I can feel the fear I felt then. Just a word of advice, do not fuck with Ouija boards. I don't know if they are real, but that felt very real. When I was a kid, I lived out in the woods with my family. Our neighbors' houses were visibly close to ours, but no closer than that. During nighttime, it would be black outside, no other light than a distant window. This house was known for being haunted. We once had a medium over to look at the house. The medium didn't even enter the house, as she stated that it was like a highway for paranormal activity. One night, I was staying up late during a weekend, waiting for my parents to go to sleep. They were watching a movie from their home country. As I was born and raised up here, my parents instead came from another country. Then, eventually, they went to sleep. I turned on my computer and started doing all the kind of things a kid does on a computer, playing some games and such. I played some Elder Scrolls, Skyrim. I played as a magic user. Later this night, as I was preparing to sleep, I was watching a movie. Suddenly, I could hear something outside. It sounded like a person running. But as I put more thought into it, I noticed that it was running much faster than what a person should be able to. The footsteps were not as heavy as any moose, nor as elegant as any deer. Then it stops right outside. It stops instantly, without any deceleration. It's at the main door. The main door leads inside, and then there is a hallway with a set of stairs and a door. The door leads into the living room, where I currently am, and at the window, facing towards the main door, I sit. I look through the window. I can't see anything moving. All I see is complete darkness. Something begins to happen. I start hearing something. I turn off the movie, and I listen. I guess I can only describe it as crows talking. I try to listen to what is being said. I can't hear any details though, but it sounds like a conversation. I try to focus some more, and I focus only on the conversation. Suddenly, it stops, just as I am thinking that I am about to figure out what is being said. I then get this odd feeling that whatever it is that was talking had figured out that I was listening, somewhat as if it could read my mind. Now I start hearing slow and steady footsteps from out in the hallway right outside the living room. The main door didn't even open. The footsteps walk towards the door that leads to me. Once it's at the door, it stops. I listen for a moment, waiting for the door to open. Then the footsteps start to slowly go towards the stairs instead. I hear it walking steadily up the stairs, and then through the door on the second floor. Footsteps continue to walk until it's standing right on top of me, up on the second floor. I am now currently standing, paralyzed. And then it continues, but now it was moving towards a different location. Right next to the room it was currently in was the room that my parents were currently sleeping in. I hear it open the door, and it stepped into their room. It all went silent, and it stayed dead silent for the rest of the night. And this sums up a type of experience that could be expected weekly in our old house in the forest. Pinewood Drive, a street of my old neighborhood which intersected with mine a few blocks down. There's local legend that back in 1983, a 16-year-old girl was walking home from school when she was struck by a car operated by a drunk driver. Her body was thrown 100 feet, and she died on impact. Her ghost is known to roam the neighborhood, but only when it rains. She died during a storm. Though pedestrians are often killed by drunk or erratic drivers, her death held even more potency within our town because she had just found out she was pregnant 1 week earlier. Legend has it that in fact she was struck because she had an abortion and was walking home from the clinic. God's wrath, she walks the streets now, in limbo, tricking drivers into picking her up, and exacting her vengeance against them in various ways. Once I was able to drive. My friends and I, usually drunk, would case the neighborhood in our cars, looking for Selma, the Pinewood ghost. One particular night, just as it began to drizzle, we slowly rolled up on a girl walking on the side of the road in a red coat, but without an umbrella, a telltale sign, since one of her tricks was to lure drivers who seek to get her out of the rain. We crawled alongside her. Despite the protesting from myself and our friend Jeff, both in passenger seats. "Ah, damn, it's just Jill," my friend KJ sighed. We rolled down our window. "Jilly, Van ILLY, ... need a ride?" Or ... yes please. We all were relieved. I moved over so she could sit beside me. After she shut the door and thanked us, we explained who we thought she was. Just then, the rain began to downpour heavily. After telling her about our comical assertion, she stayed silent. Odd for a girl like Jill, who's extremely talkative, sometimes so much that we have to tell her to shut up. But the silence was unlike her. You might be thinking, I know what's about to happen. You picked up the ghost girl instead of Jill. Nope, I looked directly at her face. It was, in fact, Jill. After the conversation about Selma ended, Jill slowly picked up her head and said, "Do you know how Selma tricks drivers into picking her up?" "Yeah," said Jeff. "She walks around without an umbrella, and people feel bad, so they give her a ride." Then Jill said, "Do you know how else?" We remained silent, waiting for her reply. When she responded, her voice devolved into a sinister, shrill murmur. ... She tricks them by looking like someone they know. ... Suddenly the car screeched to a halt, and I noticed terror in KJ's eyes through the rearview mirror, as an evil cackling sounded out of the mouth of the girl sitting next to me. For a split second, I turned to look at a terrifying, disfigured face, gleaming at me with missing teeth, and blood running out of her mouth. We all ran out of the car, screaming. KJ's car was eventually towed, and the next day at school, Jill told us she'd been home all night. It's been 20 years, and I remain terrified of the rain. When KJ picked up his car at impound, he found a pacifier in the back seat.